Tá, vamos lá então, né? Vamos lá então, porque tô aguentando mais essa missãozinha aqui. Conseguiu de look? Olha que legal. Conseguiu de look tentando conseguir o tartago. Bom demais. Peguei tudo aquilo de gema pra mim. Quer dizer, pelo menos foi o tartago, né? Tá bom, tá bom.
Right here. Emerge. Right here.
Freeze.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Cool it. Water jet.
Right now. Right here. Sight to behold. Emerge. Right now. Show them. Right here. Emerge.
What's the hurry?
Eu fui cagado. Bom, pelo visto terei que pegar a cola, hein? Por que eu fiz isso? Eu sou bem burro da cabeça. Pera aí, eu vou pegar a cola, aqui não. Oxi! A gente tá na região de Sumeiro, mas a região de Sumeiro tem duas telas diferentes? Que tri, véi! Então, tipo assim, quando tá naquela parte de floresta lá, fica de uma outra forma, quando tá no deserto, é legal, legal. Bem show. Então, se fosse assim, se eu tivesse no... Não. É só porque o deserto de Sumeiro é bem grande, né? Deve ser por isso.
Trainee Force Major.
Cadê o outro negócio?
Where do you think you're going?
Calma aí!
Worst danger ever. here.
Dodge this!
Right now. Right here. Emerge. Right now.
Freeze!
Eu tenho que encontrar outro monumento. Caraca! A Chloe tem tanta pouca vida que até a comida de reviver deu bastante vida pra ela. É bravo, né? É complicado. Cara, tem um monumento, cara. Peraí, eu já não ativei 3? Eu acho que esse aqui não conta. Ah, tá ali! É claro.
Right here. Right now. I'm always watching.
Cool it!
Emerge. Right here. Right now.
Tenho 3 personagens 5 estrelas, né?
Just what will we come across this time?
Por que não 4, né? Eu vou tentar, ainda vou tentar conseguir o Tartaga, mas daí vou ter que farmar mais umas geminhas antes de daqui a algumas 2 semanas. Oxe. Eu lembro que tinha uma gaveta que pra abrir precisava de machado, mas por que não quebrar, destruir a gaveta?
Look! There's someone over there! Good idea! Let's...
O cara tá louco?
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But also...
Didn't expect to see him.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holds up in a forest and mumbles?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satya. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a...
Loaded with...
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry. The symptoms are...
Huh?
Allow me to jog. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of King Deshret's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals, as well as being life for the desert dweller, many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. And anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications are... The notion of an act...
Oh, that makes a lot... But
Throughout this process, first, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were an exile. If you can't find
restored,
one possible...
extracted...
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process...
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Hyman doesn't want to think about this.
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. Anyway, judging by Razak's, or perhaps his curiosity...
Hyman's a
Na
little
verdade, tem que
confused.
desativar meu
Did
áudio.
they just
Foi
use
mal.
anyone's brain?
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme However, the academia is... I've spent quite some...
You mean you're not even slightly interested?
All scholars seek to extracting information.
Sounds like you're really a...
Of course. Whether it be academics or knowledge, this matter needs to be corrected. Just like fixing a type.
Wait!
Not to be callous, but no. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru.
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength. The divine knowledge capsule is...
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's
I'm just a more like... He won't last long if we leave him here. We'll work out our next...
We're back!
You must be tired.
What's the situation?
Who's that?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar hospital served as the academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village. Yet,
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Al-Haytham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing the thick notebook next to the control.
You're saying that the academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered.
It predicted my every move.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think. However, the fact that you resign...
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I'm...
Whoa, you bounced back.
There is always an opportunity for safety.
Oh, so that if the academia... Yep, that...
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys!
Please, wait! I want to go...
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise. I'll be careful.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Paimon feels like... So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll...
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there, it looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an academia-developed device. Something... Looks like there were more than one... Let's split up and search...
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of...
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display...
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here.
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great Dia, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself. I have the means and methods, and...
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting King Deshret.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a...
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring King Deshret back.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is...
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer... With these scholars in our...
Ridiculous. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed King Deshret.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so... Perhaps...
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips. But I could be persuaded to take their place as your next... These scholars were exiled from the academia. I, on the other hand, am their current...
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the...
Precisely. Any wise person...
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars. Perhaps... I'm not trying...
You are the
Not all desert...
You academia scum. Every last one of you.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make him...
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the...
We've known each other for years.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to...
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd...
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go...
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I'd just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more. Even if we got rid of...
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your...
Whatever it takes? You just...
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once...
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get...
You need to watch out for any signs of earthquakes and sandstorms.
I suppose wisdom...
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone...
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there.
Okay, let's...
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very upset with you.
Fine.
They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only one of them?
Rahman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a 1-for-1 exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already a huge compromise on my part. Don't you think you've...
You stay right there!
Playmate! What do you think you're doing?
Grandpa!
Don't you see this blade here?
You coward! Why are your hands shaking?
Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Grandpa! Paimon's dizzy.
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance.
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside the scholars. The Dendro Archon. The present one.
Grandpa? Grandpa? Oh no, he's getting confused again.
Hey, look around you.
Did there used to be a temple here?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to King Deshret's civilization. It could have been an underground palace in the...
Oh, a miracle. Praise King Deshret!
What's he doing here? And his men too?
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask. Most of them seem in really bad shape. Except for him. He got off lightly.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
He's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
As it happens, I want to take a look inside too.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's two major deities are vying to show...
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being. Or creature, you could say. New discoveries are
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. King Deshret will take care of his people. Right now, I'm going inside.
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension. It looked completely desolate from the outside.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
Sir Raman.
What? Huh?
Do you see another Raman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you mean, sir?
Interpret it however you want, but there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from King Deshret's civilization, the energy that flows in here is that of the Dendro Archon.
Whatever you say. It's not like I have a vision.
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as an academic journey.
It does seem kinda strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore this whole area.
here.
Freeze!
Emerge. Right here.
Dodge this! Freeze!
right now. Emerge.
Dodge this!
Right now, right here.
Go!
Freeze!
Emerge, right here, right now.
Water jet!
Cool it! Freeze! Cool it!
Right here, right now. Nothing lasts forever.
Burn! Go! Dodge this!
Right here.
Cool it!
Right now. Emerge. Right here.
Freeze! Water jet! Oh, so sorry. Wipe out!
Show them. Emerge.
Time for retribution!
Right now.
Cool it! Water jet!
Right here. Right now.
Dodge this!
That's a sight to see. King Deshret's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of King Deshret.
It's getting brighter! Oh, it looks so beautiful!
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
These are... King...
They left something behind.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest, cause his wisdom is...
You can read Ancient King...
Of course. Every student needs to master at least...
He's not serious, right?
There's still something off about this the scent of life.
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message among these... Excellent. There's a device...
Isn't shout...
Yes. You'll understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memory.
No.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So the former Dendro Archon and King Deshret were never enemies at all.
But this doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's followers, they're clear...
Was that the former Dendro Archon?
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt. You've just witnessed his priest's last...
I've never... The surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aru village. King Deshret's we saw her as nothing more than a traitor, who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like...
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last words, how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known. Am I really supposed to believe that after all these years, all this time seeking revenge, suddenly now my enemy is my savior?
Rahman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Dia, tell me, my Eremites and I, what are we even fighting for?
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. Thanks. I should probably go. Can't just stay here forever.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I feel deeply but please, give me some time. After everything that's happened here today...
It's not gonna be...
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with.
When would be a good time?
Tomorrow. I'll convince everyone that we're all... And
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy is the...
Yes.
That must have been rough. But he seems to have figured...
Rahman's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no easy feat. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret. But now that that's changed, I guess we have a few more people on our side.
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
We should get going too. Let's head back. Have a proper meal. We're leaving!
Stop yelling.